here again with another episode of Seen and Not Heard. KJ's in the background, laughing because he's not a nerd, because today's a nerdy episode. We got our boy Katsky.
Yo.
Trilogy, third time up here. You know what I'm saying? We're here to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Classic movie.
That's bold. Out the gate. We got some. This is gonna be an episode full of bold statements, yo. Let's say that, yo.
Mostly from him.
Probably coming mostly from me.
from him.
Yes.
Outlandish statements.
It's not gonna be that outlandish. I bring evidence with me. So, but yeah, no, we're here for another episode, yo. We pivoted, yo. We made some moves, because this is a very cultural moment, for us comic book fans, fucking people in our age group. Even if you're a fringe comic book fan, there's a lot of shit in this movie that they got to. Yeah, so I mean, yo, let's talk about it, yo. Like, fucking, how did you feel about Deadpool and Wolverine?
I mean, it's instantly in my top 10 MCU movies.
Yeah, you said that after we saw it.
Instantly top 10.
Yeah.
The jokes, the fight sequences, the references, the cameos, and the story itself told over the course of all three Deadpool movies. It's a good series.
Yeah,
I mean, good trilogy.
I agree with all of that. Yo, like I thought. I mean, shit. From the we're just gonna go to the beginning. Spoiler alert, yo. We're spoiling the fuck out of this, yo. Like, I don't,
sorry if you didn't see it.
Yeah, if you didn't see it, don't watch this episode, yo. Straight like that. So, I mean, the story of Deadpool. First time we saw Deadpool was the first Wolverine movie that Fox didn't want to make, that Hugh Jackman had to put up most of the money for, if not all, damn near all of it.
I think it was like 85% of it.
Yeah, that's why the fucking special effects were so bad and everything. But that's the first time we see Wade Wilson on screen. It's
unfortunately.
Yeah, it takes place during Wolverine's X-Force days, right?
Yep.
It's X-Force.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, you get him. You get the wisecracking guy with two katanas, but then quickly gets taken off the board. I haven't seen that shit in so long.
Such a bad movie.
But yeah, he gets experimented on. They fucking sew his mouth closed and shit, yo. So we don't really get Deadpool. We just get Wade Wilson in name. And you fast forward, another decade?
About 10 years.
Damn near.
And Ryan Reynolds
had to do the same thing, right?
Yeah,
I remember the early scene.
Well, first, allegedly, he leaked test footage of what his Deadpool movie would look like.
Yeah, and it was mostly the car fight
from the beginning.
From the beginning of the first movie. So, yeah, you fast forward almost a decade, then you got Ryan Reynolds basically doing the same thing, bankrolling a passion project. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman wasn't even looked at, I guess, that he was going to be successful in the role when they were filming, like, the first X-Men, right?
Yeah.
Was this something that they put, I don't know if it was at the end credits?
It was at the end credits, yeah.
Where they were talking about how he was nervous. Everyone was nervous. No one really knew what they were doing, because this is at a time in the early 2000s when comic book movies were pretty much unheard of, and or very hard to be successful. I mean, everyone was chasing the Spider-Man bankroll, like the success off that first Spider-Man. I mean, first billion dollar comic book movie?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And I think it was like one of the highest grossing movies for a very long time after its release. But finally Fox, right? Does Deadpool?
Yep.
Release the funds. I mean, $100 million-ish movie for the first one. 800-something million, I think, by the end of its run. And then we get part 2. We introduced Cable and all that. That was fun. That shitty whatever. I don't even know the kid's name yet.
Me neither.
You don't even care. I don't even care.
Deadpool 2, the Cable stuff was cool. The rest of it's
the rest of his ass, yo. Like the rest of it's ass, yo. But then we get this movie which takes place after the third Wolverine movie, Logan, which it's not MCU, but I have that as easily a top 10 comic book movie. It might be in my top 5, like, of all time, all companies, DC, fucking.
It's a top 5 comic book
Vertigo
movie
or Iron Horse, any comic book movie. Like it's one of them ones, yo.
Yeah, no,
but you know, that was supposedly supposed to close the chapter on Wolverine, or at least Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. And Ryan Reynolds just pulling off the impossible, just bringing people back, and we say pull off the impossible because of things that we'll get to a little bit later, of people that pop up in Deadpool and Wolverine. But this dude was supposed to be done. It's another theme that we're gonna be fucking talking about later on too. But yeah, he was supposed to be done. He wanted to be done with the character. I mean, unlike some other actors in the MCU, he's gone on in between his comic book movies to do great things, Like, I mean, after X-Men, he was in a bunch of, it's the Music Man fucking joke. He's done a bunch of musicals and shit. Apparently, when what's her name fucking opens up the portal.
Yep.
The music that's being played was from I don't know the name of the movie, but it was when he was like the circus ringleader, like the Barnum and Bailey type of thing. Yeah. So the Music Man joke and all that shit. Yeah, that was a fun little Easter egg. But it's been a storied career for the both of them, and the fact that has Hugh been? No, Hugh hasn't been in any other comic book movies, right? It's pretty much been X-Men and Wolverine franchises, right? So this movie's big on redemption. Go ahead and go straight into the spoilers. I mean, he went and fucking revived Jennifer Gardner to bring back Elektra.
Yep. Don't do the one I'm about to.
Fucking Blade. He brought Wesley Snipes for Blade because, I mean, if you know anything about their history from Blade Trilogy, damn, Ryan Reynolds has been in Blade Trilogy.
Yep.
Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds is a part of 3 different comic book franchises.
3 different fucking franchises, which is very interesting. But yeah, brought back Evans.
Yep.
But brought back Evans as his Fantastic Four character, fucking Johnny Storm.
Yep.
Which was fucking awesome moment in that movie.
And then the big one.
And then the big one.
We finally get Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Which has been something.
The biggest reveal.
Probably in the whole, outside of Wesley popping up.
Yeah. I mean, Wesley, nobody expected because there was a storied beef between him and Ryan Reynolds from the Blade Trinity set.
Pause. I don't even know. I don't even want to say that. A beef that is so storied and petty to the point where Wesley would close his eyes anytime that he was talking to Ryan Reynolds on screen.
On a scene.
His eyes are closed behind the fucking sunglasses the entire time. Because he didn't even want to fucking look at this dude, Hilarious, Hilarious. But yeah, brings back Wesley. Awesome moment. But yeah, the story of Channing Tatum being Gambit, is what, 2009, I think? Whatever Comic-Con that was.
I think it was 2009 or 2010 Comic-Con. They all came out.
2008 and 2010, they
came out with the Gambit
up.
shirt on.
All of that,
And everybody thought he was going to get his Gambit movie the same way Ryan was getting his Deadpool movie, and that was going to be that.
Yep.
And then we never got it until
never got it, Whether it just studio decisions, either they didn't believe in Channing or the money wasn't just going that way. I mean, at the early times of these rumors, they're just pretty much launching the MCU off the back of the first Iron Man movie.
Yep.
So I mean, we can even look at the list because we'll reference the list.
And they brought X-23 back.
Oh yeah, and X-23
from the Logan.
We can't
from the Logan universe that we were just talking about. They brought X-23 back. She's older. Mm-hmm. It's the one from the end of the Logan movie.
Yep.
She ends up in the
not a variant or anything like the Wolverine that we have in this movie, because obviously the Wolverine that we know of that was a part of, I think that's the Wolverine that was a part of literally from X1 all the way till the end of Logan. So yeah, that's the one that we fell in love with. This version of Wolverine. Because I mean, if you're watching this show, we don't got to give you a fucking real plot synopsis, It's fucking like you're not here for that. You're here to hear us fucking talk shit about the movie. Or just give it its praises, because it's nothing but praises. I mean, somebody like me, he knows this. I fucking cannot stand the state of comic book movies. I can't stand the fucking fans. That's you guys at home watching this shit. I can't stand most of you, yo. I can't stand most of you. Because a lot of you, unlike my boy here, a lot of y'all are just accepting of fucking mediocrity. And I hate that for you. You might love it, but I hate it. And that's okay. We all love things for our own reasons, yo. That's why he's here. Because he's here to give his side of his praise versus my hate. So yeah. So
but he liked this movie.
Fucking love this movie.
Yeah.
Love this movie. Like, yo, I told him, you take out the suits and the comic book lore. This is a Judd Apatow movie.
It's definitely a comedy.
This is a Judd Apatow movie. This reminded me, and we love our comedies. Like we arguably talk more about comedies, especially now. And like, we talk about the state of movies in general, but we talk about comedies and like how there really hasn't been
a good comedy.
A really good comedy in a while. Like there have been some, like, that's a whole separate pod. But like, anytime that I've watched something, like when I've watched the movie, like when I watched Bottoms, when Bottoms was out.
Yep.
Told you Bottoms was fucking great.
Still ain't watched it.
Still haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I know you and wife, you're gonna fucking enjoy that. I know she's really gonna fucking enjoy it. But like, yeah, Bottoms is one of those comedies that's come around. Another one was Joyride.
Yeah.
That was another one. But again, back to it, yo. You take out the comic book element. This is a Judd Apatow movie.
Yeah, this feels like a comedy movie from like the Knocked Up era
from
movies.
Arguably the 2008 and early 2010s era, yo.
It's definitely, it leans super heavy in the comedy, and unlike the other Marvel movies, it's not forced comedy. It's actual comedy. Like, it's not just...
The line delivery is there. Yeah. The setups are there.
You can tell that everybody is in on what they're trying to accomplish there. It's not just a line on a page that they're being asked to say.
So one thing, so redemption, right? Ryan Reynolds got to redeem himself for a shitty Wade Wilson and a shitty Green Lantern.
Yep.
With Deadpool. Them bringing back the... I mean, this movie is a swan song to the 20th Century Fox era of comic book movies. Like, because I don't think Blade was under Fox. I forget what studio that was under, but he's arguably the reason, the successes of the Blade trilogy is arguably the reason why we get the beginnings of the MCU. So I was going to take it back to why we maybe not have gotten Gambit at that time. Because I mean, 2008 to 2012. Iron Man 1, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, First Avenger, then the Avengers. So it's a lot of money thrown around, yo. Unfortunately, Fox, I don't have like the Fox list of movies at that time.
Because the only things I can think of are the terrible Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, because did they do 2 or 3 of those?
So they did the 2 with like Jessica Alba and
then we
Michael
got
Chiklis, and then we got the Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller one. That's terrible. Like, I think that was like 2012. Yeah,
2012ish. So and completely unrelated. It was a soft reboot. It was fucking
and the studio edited it to pieces because the trailer isn't even part of the movie.
No, we were just getting X-Men movie after X-Men movie.
Yep.
Because during this time we still had we were still in the midst of... No, X3 had been done.
X3 was done.
X3 was like probably right before Iron Man.
Then they came and did...
They rebooted X-Men with the First Class.
Yes, they did First Class. Everything. Then they did Days of Future
Past, which to me is top 10.
It's a great
top
movie.
10.
Days of Future Past, great X-Men movie. Great X-Men.
Phenomenal. Probably the closest thing that they've done to source material.
That's how you do some time travel, multiversal
and all that shit,
Correct.
So yeah, I could see 20th Century Fox not really throwing a bag at another origin story because we're just gonna roll with the thing that has us hot right now, yo. Yeah. So yeah, let's just keep pumping out fucking X-Men movies, yo. So as fans, I remember at the time of, oh my God, Channing Tatum wants to be Gambit. Like, I feel like in our friend group, we were probably the only guys that were like, he could do it. Because that was early on. At that time, Channing Tatum wasn't really showing his acting chops like that.
No.
You know, they gave him props for like Magic Mike, but Magic Mike was like a passion project for him because son used to be a dancer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's the if 8 Mile is Eminem's biopic, yo, Magic Mike is fucking Channing Tatum's, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I can see them not throwing the bag. I think it's a bad idea that they didn't throw the bag at it,
especially after seeing this.
Yeah,
because the action sequences with Gambit, fire. And what was dope about all
ridiculously
fire. What was dope, just not about his cameo, but just all the cameos in general, compared to a movie like Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, where they give us Black Bolt and a version of Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, a variant of Captain America, or she was Captain Britain, right? Yeah, is that what she's supposed to represent?
It was
Peggy.
Yeah, it was a variant of Charles Xavier, and just all these variants. And instead of using,
they're known as the Illuminati, K. You know,
they are known as the
Illuminati.
They are known as the Illuminati. In the comics. And instead of them using them the way they should have in that movie, Sam Raimi and the studio at the time decided, 10 minutes in, not even 10 minutes into them being introduced.
Literally
within 4 minutes.
Yeah, they get introduced. You get oh my God, what's his name? John Krasinski as fucking Richard Reed. It's Reeds, right? I always said Reeves.
Reed Richards.
Yeah, or Reed. See, look at this, yo. Look at. I'm supposed to be a comic book fan. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna mispronounce and say a bunch of shit fucked up.
I got you.
And it is what it is, yo.
But yeah. They end up dying within
5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes of them being introduced.
Like we don't even get like an extra scene where like we don't get to understand how important they are and shit like that. They really took Marvel has been taking a shit on its fan base at it
and on its own properties, to be real.
So bad, yo. And shout out to this Deadpool Wolverine because the entire movie is taking a shit on the MCU.
Yes, it is.
Now it's technically a part of the MCU. Kevin Feige is attached to it. He's the main producer on the project. I remember telling you at the end of the movie, even though you said that his name has definitely popped up before, I feel like this is the first time that he was the only.
He was the marquee name on the producer.
A Kevin Feige production.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not a such and such production / Kevin Feige, which has probably been some of the other movies. No.
Yeah.
Marvel essentially has made him own this because for the last 3 to 4 years when it was announced that Deadpool is finally going to be a part of the MCU, we were all nervous. How is Marvel going to pull off a rated R movie? Because this is the first rated R movie in their canon, right? I'm not wrong saying that?
It's the first rated R MCU movie, yes.
MCU movie, okay. Not the first MCU movie or property that we've seen Blood because they had the short film that I love.
Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night?
Yes, Werewolf by Night. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. Even though it's black and white, people get ripped to shreds. Like there's bloody things. People are getting eaten. Yeah, it's pretty fucking gruesome. Yeah, and it's great. But yeah, no, they made Kevin Feige own this. Now I don't see a universe where this movie wasn't successful. You have two of the most polarizing heroes and actors in all of these comic book movies. Outside of your Nolan fucking Batmans and all that shit.
And not even just that. People wanted to see what a rated R MCU movie
would look like.
Yeah. And with Hugh Jackman in it, in the yellow suit.
Logan being rated
R. Him finally being in the yellow suit.
Yeah.
Mask and all.
Yo.
Mask and everything.
was ill. Yo. All right, so let's get into some of the nerdy shit, yo. All the naysayers, especially like our boy Junior, I'm going to fucking call people out in this. He's never been a comic book accurate Wolverine. He's too fucking tall. So they gave us what a comic book accurate Wolverine would look like.
It looked ridiculous.
5'3" on screen. It looks real fucking dumb.
Yeah, they ended up going into, Deadpool looks for different variants of Wolverine to pull into his homeworld so his homeworld doesn't die.
Because we're going to get
his
to
universe.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
They show us the on-screen accurate version.
Yeah, they give us the 4 foot, 3 foot tall Wolverine, and it looks ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. What are you going to give us fucking, what? You going to get fucking Joe Pesci to fucking play Wolverine. Like, funny how?
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, funny how? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, yo. So no, we're not doing that. 80s version.
The 80s version was Fly. Was that's Fly. A dope comic.
Yep. Because they did a similar thing. Well, not a similar thing, but when they go to Days of Future Past, he doesn't have the adamantium, yo. He's got the bones.
No, in the same way.
And that was like 70s.
Yeah. And in the same way, Into the Spider-Verse will give us like different versions of Spider-Man over the years, like different variants of Spider-Man characters.
Yeah. Fire movies.
Yeah.
Is that technically MCU?
No.
No?
That's Sony.
That's still Sony?
All Sony.
Oh, so look at that. I mean,
that's the one
Marvel
thing
set the standard, but then other people ran off.
That's the one thing they do right over there.
Yeah.
Sony,
yeah.
Is the Spider-Verse.
But then we get Wolverine, yo. We get Henry Cavill.
I forgot about Henry Cavill and Wolverine.
Which was, this movie is a bunch of cherry on top.
And there was a lot of rumors. Some people thought it would be Daniel Radcliffe. A lot of people with the white suit one, the one that was in the white suit playing poker, blackjack, whatever he was doing.
Yep.
A lot of people assumed instead of that just being another Hugh Jackman, that was going to be just Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay.
And then they would pop out to
that
the universe and stuff.
That would have been cool. Because I could have swore that's comic accurate too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think...
It's a cover of one of them.
Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty cool, yo. But yeah, no, the Wolverine shit, listen, my man's is done being Superman, unfortunately. I'm probably going to piss off older watchers, yo, but he's the fucking best Superman on screen that I've seen. Like, we grew up with Lois and Clark.
Yeah.
Solid.
Tom Welling and them. Yeah.
Yeah. No disrespect, yo. R.I.P. See, I'm bad with names.
Christopher Reeves.
See, Christopher Reeves, Reed Richards. Come on, yo. The alliteration, it fucks me up, yo. But rest in peace, Christopher Reeves, yo. He did great, yo. The first two Superman movies are fucking awesome.
They are classic movies.
They're fucking awesome, yo. Gene Hackman.
Yeah.
He's the fucking man.
He's a good Lex Luthor.
Fucking great Lex Luthor. I like Kevin Spacey's rendition, but cancel culture, whatever.
Let's not talk about Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Kevin Spacey's fucking awesome.
Let's not talk about Kevin Spacey.
He's an awesome actor. Awesome actor. I see the looks behind the camera.
I don't stand with Kevin Spacey.
Awesome actor. We'll say
he's on an island with that one.
We'll say that, yo. I don't give a fuck. Cancel me. I don't care. I still like. Yo, we want to talk about canceling. Okay, we'll cancel Bryan Singer, yo. But the fucking the movie that they made
is fire.
Is fucking awesome.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
It is what it is. Yo, bad people make good shit.
Let's do the Canceled Hollywood podcast another day.
I mean, Illuminati. Yo, it's creeping. It's coming.
Tinfoil hats.
That's all I'm saying. Tinfoil hats coming real soon, yo. But anyway. Swan Song to an era. I feel like, the Elektra, bringing back Elektra.
Bringing back Elektra was dope.
It was fitting, especially because outside of Gambit, X-23, Wolverine, Deadpool, and her all fight with pointy objects. So
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, they all fight with pointy objects. So that was cool having her brought in there.
I didn't even think of that because she uses a Psy. We're correct.
Elektra is just really bad. Just really bad movie.
It's up there with Catwoman. It's a pretty bad movie.
It's pretty bad. I would say it's probably better than Catwoman. It's
definitely better than Catwoman. Catwoman's only good for one reason, and we all know it.
And while some people really don't like the first Daredevil, me, you, and Dodds were talking about it.
The first Daredevil has its charms, man.
It has its charms, yo. And we're talking about redemption, yo. We had fucking Happy.
Forgot about that scene, too.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been a good, what did I tell
Playing
you?
Playing his best friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would have been when Happy Hogan comes back, what would have made that scene better was if it was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And so him and Ryan Reynolds could have just had a clip off for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I think there's I feel like for this movie, Ryan Reynolds was really pushing the boundaries on that budget.
No question.
Like 1,000%, yo. Like we all looked at it.
We now know why RDJ wasn't in the budget for this.
And I mean,
we'll get to it later.
Listen, we talked about it pre-pod where it was like we were just giving banter on how a lot of these actors just demand more money as time goes on. Like, yo, they're playing one character for over a decade. They're gonna want more money because they're gonna want to move on to fucking passion projects. And honestly, we could probably fucking get into that. Yo, listen, go see Deadpool and Wolverine. It's fire. If you're a fan like us here, if you're in our age bracket, someone that has lived with Blade 1 all the way till everything that
comic
the MCU
movies
is
from
giving us, yo.
From 2000.
Yeah, the 2000s era. If you have a love for those movies, you're going to love Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I assume that you've seen it because this fucking whole thing is filled with spoilers.
I mean, yeah, we gave away
just
all the
spoiled
cameos.
half the movie. Fuck talking about.
Hold on. No, one thing real quick for the people complaining about the plot.
Oh yeah, because we gonna get into all that shit. Yeah, the people at home. Yeah, you start off.
The people that were complaining about the plot of the movie. None of the Deadpool plots to any of the three movies, when it comes to the villain thing, have been great plots. Like most of the Marvel movies, they all suffer from a villain problem. Because, to be honest, Marvel has some pretty whack villains.
Francis was whack because he was just basically, he was just a super strong guy. And that's that. Oh, he was, it's a personal beef. You kidnapped my girlfriend. I got to save my girlfriend.
The real plot of this movie, because I saw people online literally as soon as we got out of the theater complaining about it.
Saying that it's mid.
The real plot of the movie is the arc from Deadpool becoming just a fucking mercenary to becoming a hero. And it's a 3-movie journey on how he gets to become a actual hero. And he learns throughout the 3 movies what it takes to be a hero. That's the plot. It's not a 1-movie plot. It's a story arc through 3 movies. And I think a lot of people missed the boat on that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Bro.
With the internet.
I probably would have used more colorful language, like calling people fucking stupid or something like that. So
I'm a little bit nicer than he.
Yeah, you're a lot nicer.
I'm a little bit nicer
than me. Yeah, I'll be completely honest, yo. Yeah, because I do think, I agree. I agree with everything you say as it pertains to the plot, yo. It's a fucking arc, yo. You can't just look at the one Deadpool movie. You have to look all 3 of them as a complete thought, yo. Because that's what it is, yo. And if anybody has read anything Deadpool, he wants to fit in so bad with the guys, with the Avengers, with Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Avengers. Like he wants to fit in, yo. Like that's what it is. Like we get, I mean, in each chapter of the Deadpool trilogy, you get, the first movie's all about, his humble beginnings and shit like that. Then the second movie,
not wanting to be an X-Men.
And not wanting to be, literally trying to get away from the X-Men as far as possible, yo. And Colossus, yo, with his censorship and all that shit, yo. And then also not having the budget to have a full fucking X-Men and all that shit, yo. Negasonic teenager, which is like, okay, like, we chose that one. Like, we chose her from random as fuck. Colossus, I could see, but we're going to choose Negasonic, but whatever. And then barely even really use her, yo, which kind of pissed me off, yo, about the first 2 Deadpool movies. But that's really here nor there, yo. I can't, anybody that I've talked to other than like you and the guys, I can't give enough good remarks about this movie. Like, I literally can't wait to see it again, because it's gonna make you, you see a movie once, cool, you like it, it's whatever. Now, any repeated view, you're looking at things under a microscope, yo.
I would also say this is probably the last solo Deadpool movie.
Yeah, I think everything going forward, he's either going to be a part of other people's movies, or any Deadpool IP.
But this was like a perfect.
Oh my God!
It was a perfect story arc to an ending.
Yeah.
And it won't get better than this. It can only get worse.
You think so?
For a solo movie, yeah.
Oh, for a solo movie. Okay,
for a solo movie.
I got you.
No, he's going to pop up in, like, Secret Wars and all that shit.
Yeah, he has to.
He's going to pop up in that. Yeah. I'm sure, like, when they introduce X-Men, he'll pop back up
before we get into our segments and shit, how fly would it be that we get a Deadpool kills the fucking MCU as his next movie?
I mean, I remember that's
after Secret Wars. Like, let Secret Wars play out.
Yep.
Like how Secret Wars is supposed to play out, because white girls want to fucking try to sabotage a black man's career. But you know, whatever. How Secret Wars is supposed to play out. We get the next Deadpool movie of him basically being like, yo, they didn't want me to fucking be in this shit. Oh, I actually didn't destroy what was it? He had the TVA watch, right? That's what it was?
The TVA shit is on a phone type thing.
But
no,
what if he had to reset
watch.
his girl? It was Cable's watch. That's what it was. Yeah, he had Cable's watch. So what if he didn't actually destroy it and he
still has it?
Yeah, I'm so pissed off. Now I'm going to just go through and rip everybody apart. I have that graphic novel.
No.
Fucking hilarious.
No, it's good.
It's awesome, yo.
I remember that's what we thought this was going to be.
This was going to be. They really pulled the rug from under us. But you know what? I enjoy what we got.
Yeah.
Like, I thoroughly enjoy what we got because while there was definitely rumors of maybe some 20th century stuff being sprinkled into the movie, I didn't think it was going to go as far as getting Wesley back.
No, they did a good job keeping everything pretty under wraps.
I loved Bullseye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like Elektra in Daredevil. Yeah. Didn't like the Elektra the movie. But it was cool that they brought her back, yo. Shout out to Jennifer. She looked fucking great, yo.
Yeah.
She looked great, yo. She looked like she's been in the fucking gym. Like, I can't be mad at that, yo. Yo, everybody that they brought back, we know how much Blade was a passion project for Wesley. Like, literally, just like the first Wolverine, just like Deadpool. It's under their production companies, yo. Amon-Ra being Wesley's production company, like, and how for the last 20 some odd, almost 30 years since the first Blade, how much he's been like, I'm the only Blade. They even say it in the movie.
They did say it in the movie.
I loved all the fourth wall break. I told you that I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine was one of the best meta movies out of all the movies and shows that we've had that are meta. This is one of the better, if not the best meta things that we've had. Fourth wall breaking anything, Joe.
Yes.
It's done so well in this fucking
Much
movie,
better than She-Hulk. Terrible
Yeah.
TV show.
Terrible TV show. Terrible fucking idea.
Terrible.
Shouldn't have been done. Horrible special effects. Disingenuous. That is going to be a word that I say over the next 20 to 30 minutes. Things are very disingenuous in the house of Marvel. So, where should we go? Should we talk about RDJ and get that? Let's talk about RDJ.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Then let's do our list.
Yeah.
Last.
Because that'll be something that
to end on a high instead of
a low. Yeah, we'll send you guys off
nicely.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So, give us what happened at San Diego Comic-Con.
So, San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend. Lots of stuff. Didn't get to catch everything. Marvel, I know, is holding a lot of stuff for D23, the Disney Expo, where they announce a bunch of stuff. Like, that's probably where they're going to hold the Daredevil trailer for the new show. That's like a fall,
winter.
I think it's like September, October.
Okay.
I'd have to look, but yeah, I forgot to before I got here.
Thank you.
Anywho, so
we don't need to be politically
I'm up on my phone over the weekend, Saturday night, and what do I see as I'm watching the UFC? RDJ pulling off a fucking Doom mask.
Mm-hmm.
New announcement.
Villain.
He's a villain now.
Mm-hmm.
Next announcement. He's getting his whole own movie as Doom. Avengers Doomsday, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm. Because it was supposed to be Avengers Kang Dynasty, but career sabotage, you know, whatever. We don't have to go down that rabbit hole. That's going to be the next episode. But anyway.
Poor Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, no, poor Jonathan Majors. For sure.
He definitely got the short end of the stick.
Yeah. Because, you know, before me and you have our differences and the things that we agree on about the RDJ casting, I really think you know what? Nah, fuck it. Let's just get into it, yo. I think, and I've been saying for a couple years now, Marvel's either A, running out of ideas, B, hiring younger screenwriters because the ones that fucking wrote their legacy are probably getting too expensive, like some of the fucking actors. C, being very disingenuous about the decisions that they make in the fucking franchises that they chose to present to us post Endgame. throw the ball in your court.
It's a fair assertion. A lot of this stuff post-Endgame has not been good. I'm a fan. I can admit.
I'll pull up some of the post-Endgame
I
shit.
can admit a lot of it hasn't been good. Second Ant-Man movie, it was okay. Third Ant-Man movie, Quantumania, fucking abysmal. Terrible movie.
I really tried to like it.
Jonathan Majors is the only good thing in the movie, and they got rid of him out of the entire universe.
Yeah.
Terrible movie.
Yeah.
Thor, Love and Thunder. Third movie, Taika Waititi, they give him full control. From what I read everywhere, he barely even had a script for the movie. They were just out there ad-libbing like it's a fucking comedy movie. Mm-hmm. It's not a comedy movie. It's a fucking comic movie. Write a script, bro.
And that plot, the plot of that is a comic book run that at the time it was released was very heralded. People really
It was
loved
really popular.
Lady Thor.
It was really popular. I had the comics.
Really popular.
It was really popular.
And they could have really went somewhere because this is still a franchise that is owned or an entire company that is owned by Disney. We know Disney likes to pull at heartstrings. Yo.
They brought Natalie Portman back.
Yo, you have a fucking really dope, you have really dope source material.
Really dope actors.
Really dope actors. Really capable actors. You have a Natalie Portman that has a statue. I'm pretty sure she has an Oscar.
Yeah.
Why did that movie fucking suck as bad as it did?
I mean, because they let Taika do whatever he wanted, and he was busy out here having extramarital affairs.
I did hear that his original cut of the movie was well over 2.5 hours, and that they did massively cut this movie down.
I don't think it would have saved the movie. It's a bad movie.
It is a bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
They dropped the ball. You know what? This is where they dropped the ball. Disingenuous. Marvel started putting, and I don't give a fuck, hot takes as it may be, Marvel started really just pushing the female hero bag, which they didn't create female heroes. Female heroes have been around literally as long as comic books have been a thing. Strong female people, strong female historical figures, characters, whatever, have always been a thing. My issue is how disingenuous it is.
They didn't present it very well.
Not at all. And here's really what it is. Marvel and Disney like to give us fans these female characters at the expense of cutting down their strong male characters, which is exactly what they did with the last 2 Thor movies. They tried to do it. No, it is because Ragnarok was Helena, right?
It was Helena and Tessa Thompson. That was when they introduced
Valkyrie.
And
they introduced Tessa Thompson's character, which she was great as Valkyrie. She was great.
In that movie.
Because what did they fucking make her in the next movie?
She runs.
She runs the new.
Yeah. New Valhalla or new whatever. The new.
It's not Valhalla, right? That's not.
They call it like Newfoundland,
Yeah,
New
we're
Valhalla,
terrible. We're
whatever
terrible right now. We're terrible right now. Again, we're not.
It's a lot of movies to cover.
It's a lot of movies, a lot of names, it's a lot of fucking everything, yo. But yeah, she runs the new home after Helena, because it's Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Fucking destroyed their home. You know what I'm saying? So, great. But at what expense? It's yet to be seen. We still might get a true Odin's son at some point. And I think that's what they need to do to fucking send Chris Hemsworth.
I think that's what he wants
off to Valhalla.
I think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, give us a true Odin's son. We got a glimpse.
We did.
You know what I'm saying? He actually, he had the eye and the whatever is in his face, those blue specks or whatever in his face. I forget what gives him that in the comics, but we might actually still get a true Odin's son. Why is Thor crying? It was fucking hilarious in Deadpool, yo.
Definitely hilarious.
Love that shit. But pretty much since Endgame, we have just made Thor dumber and less heroic at the expense of giving us Valkyrie, giving us Lady Thor.
Well, I think that's a Taika decision because he's known as like a comedic kind of writer, right? Mm-hmm. And
because we got that with Ragnarok.
So
it worked in Ragnarok.
It worked in Ragnarok because they didn't go to it as often.
And it was a buddy movie.
Yes, he had people to play off of.
Yeah.
And
because we had Loki in that, and we had
Love and Thunder's problem was just they had they were trying to tell two separate stories. One of them was the Lady Thor story where Natalie Portman being sick.
Yep.
Grabbing the hammer.
Yep.
Needing to do what she needed to do to stay alive.
Yeah.
And in that, they also tried to play it as this comedic movie that it didn't need to be because it's actually serious.
It needed to be.
It needed to
more
be serious, like
the
first two Thors.
Definitely not saying that Thor can't be funny. Thor is.
Well, they found out Chris
character.
Hemsworth. Here's the problem: they found out how funny Chris Hemsworth was, and that's all they wanted to do.
Yeah,
even in the Infinity War and the Endgame movies, like they just
he had a
made
lot
him
of punchlines.
It made him a comedian to play off of Chris Pratt.
Yep. So yeah, all right. So the RDJ shit. The reason why the RDJ shit pisses me off, or I don't even want to say piss me off. It ain't that serious, but the reason why I don't agree to it, while Robert Downey Jr. is a more than capable actor, we've said it. He's arguably the best actor that has been in an MCU movie.
Yes.
Yes. Name the next best one. You know what I'm saying? No shade to anybody.
It's him.
It's him, yeah. He's top one, yeah. It started with him, and it should have ended with him with Endgame. But no, we've lost billions of dollars. Again, global pandemic aside, we've lost billions of dollars. Critically, we are getting maligned left and right.
A lot of bad movies.
A lot of bad movies. Okay, ready? So I'll go in reverse. Deadpool Wolverine, awesome. The Marvels, you said I can't shit on it, but
you didn't see it.
The rest of the world shat on it.
It's not a good movie. The girl who plays Ms. Marvel, she's a very talented. Yeah, she's a very talented actress.
Guardians 3, fire,
good movie.
Same level of quality as your first however many phases. We said Quantumania, Ant-Man, terrible. Because look what happened when we introduced Wasp. She was in the first movie, but when we really put her in the movie, it's Ant-Man and Wasp. What did they do? Cut the balls from Ant-Man. They cut the balls from the male character. Don't really appreciate that. Let's see. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Hot take, black people. That movie fucking sucks.
It's not a good movie.
Movie sucks. It sucks. They should have recasted. Chadwick. Rest in peace. They should have.
His family sucks. His family even came out and said they didn't think the character should.
Yo, for everybody at home that thinks that the Deadpool and Wolverine plot was mid, I'll serve up
BP2.
BP2.
It's really bad. It's a terrible movie.
It's really bad.
Terrible movie.
It's really fucking bad.
Should have waited until you had a better story to tell.
Yep.
If you weren't going to recast Chadwick, R.I.P.
Wait.
He was great. Just wait until you have a better story to tell.
Or don't be greedy.
They left Coogler in a real bad position, and he's a really dope director.
Yeah.
And they fucked him.
Yeah. We said Love and Thunder.
Terrible.
Garbage. The movie that I'm most upset about, it doesn't even have the issues necessarily that I'm saying that Marvel has been doing, because this could be a fucking 4 hour. We could talk about this shit all day. This could be a 4 hour pod where we go through the shows and what went wrong with some of the shows that were on Disney Plus. But my biggest letdown was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because we're gonna get to our list. Spoiler alert, Doctor Strange is in my top 5, the first one.
It's just outside of mine.
They fucked that up. And it's not even, you know what? It's not even a they. It's a he. And that's Sam Raimi, who fucking
gave us
arguably revitalized, other than Blade starting the comic book.
He gave us the new wave of comic book movies.
With fucking the Spider-Man trilogy, which made, I don't know how much money.
A lot.
They arguably launched the PlayStation 2 off the back of the Spider-Man game.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, Sony was in their bag, is what the kids would say. This list has Spider-Man, the Tom Holland Spider-Mans as a part of the MCU, even though it is. It's Sony, but it's MCU.
Yeah, it's MCU.
You know what I'm saying? So
those are all good.
The Spider-Mans are exempt. I know you love Eternals.
I like Eternals. I get people's problems with it. It's very long.
But Eternals kind of gets a lot of love.
It's very meandering. But if you're into
it does meander.
If you're into Greek mythology type shit.
Which is why you said I would like it.
Yeah, it's a good movie because it's got a lot of lore. It's got a lot of characters. It's got they're gods.
Everything you and
They're
other
gods.
people that I know that like that movie have said is that
They're
the
gods and
character
they're helping to
development
create.
is great.
They're gods and they help to create the Earth
Yeah.
into what it like prime Earth 616 of the Marvel
The
universe.
two things that movie, I guess I don't want to say got wrong, but it's like the bad guy element. They're fighting aliens. They're fighting creatures, right?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
So they end up fighting one of their own ends up like turning on them.
Yeah. Okay. And then we see a celestial.
Which
is not
we don't
fucking-
see the Celestials ever again since.
Yeah.
They haven't been brought up in anything really. Nope. We haven't talked about them. There's just a Celestial in the ocean somewhere.
They were announced.
There's a giant Celestial being in the ocean somewhere dead, and nobody has talked about it in any Marvel property since.
And it's fucking huge.
Yep.
It's huge. It's bigger than a planet.
Yep.
But, whatever. It's like I feel like Marvel just, takes the old dog behind the back of the barn shed and just puts a bullet in him.
Old Yeller
to
style.
its fans. Yeah, Old Yeller. There you go. Old
Yeller
style.
style.
Is that Disney fucking IP too? I'm
Probably.
pretty sure it's in their IP.
Probably.
Whatever. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings.
Fire.
I fuck with it.
Fire hour and a
until
half.
the third act. You
Fire
know
hour
what I'm
and a
saying, yo? But
First hour and a half, great martial arts film. Martial arts film.
yeah, it's basically Bruce Lee in the MCU.
The last 35 minutes, terrible fantasy movie.
Yeah.
With terrible CG.
And then Black Widow.
Black Widow's a
Marvel
tough
turning male characters into female characters, turning one of the best villains potentially in a movie or in their entire. And you're like, yo, my guy Adrian, I remember growing up with Dragon Fist, yo. Adrian, one of the biggest fucking comic book fans that I know. Shout out to him and his pops, yo. His pops keeping him in the know. I remember back in 03, 04, Adrian talking about Taskmaster and how dope Taskmaster is.
Because he learns everybody's fighting
Learns
styles.
everybody's shit, yo. Learns everybody's fighting
moves,
style, their
powers,
weaknesses, their strengths,
yep.
all that, and fucking can add it to his database.
And unfortunately,
we made him into a fucking female character.
That's not even the biggest problem.
Weak female character.
A weak female character. A character, not even, it could have been a male character. Who gives a shit? Just a weak character in general, right? They made the character.
Of what he is.
They made the character basically into a artificial intelligence in a suit, and the suit was doing the learning, all the learning, not the actual
And the person in the suit was just not really worth.
She
anything.
was because she had got spoiler alert for a movie that came out forever ago. She got like blown up when she was a kid, and so her dad kind of put her back together, put her in the suit, and made her the Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Terrible job. Not only. That's not the only reason the movie's bad. The movie's bad because they should have gave us a Black Widow Scarlett Johansson movie 8 years fucking sooner.
Yeah.
They did her so filthy.
They did her dirty.
She was the founding member other than Nick Fury of the Avengers.
Yeah.
At the end of each movie, who's going around being like, "Hey Bruce, you want to come with us?"
It's either her or Nick Fury.
Bingo.
Like when they put her in Iron Man 2, it was fucking awesome.
And then didn't they release it during COVID?
What? Yeah, that was the start of it.
COVID.
Yeah, that was bro. That is
during COVID. They put out a movie.
That is
Terrible
2021.
Idea. They just didn't want to make money at all.
2021 to 2022. So the post Endgame stuff technically starts with Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Yep.
But into the pandemic, we have Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home.
Yep.
Doctor Strange, Love and Thunder, and fucking Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and then into Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So 2 out
Literally,
of 7. So 2 out of 7.
Some of the worst movies that they've done.
It's not great. Just bad movies.
Yeah.
Bad movies, and the problem is there was just no coming off of the high that they had built for however long it was, a decade.
Allow me to just list off Phase 3.
Go ahead.
This is what they have as a start of Phase 3 in 2016. Captain America: Civil War, the first Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok, the first Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers: Endgame, and then Far From Home. There ain't that many duds in there.
I mean, there's
really no duds in there because Captain Marvel still made money.
It made $1 billion.
Yeah, $1 billion, female-led $1 billion movie. Yeah. And you know what she said after the movie got released? Does anybody even fucking care if my character is in these movies anymore? Does anybody really want a second Captain Marvel movie?
That is what she said. She was not very happy with the fan base.
I told you earlier today when we were talking about who's the other second best actor. On paper, Brie Larson is the second best actor in all the MCU. She had a fucking statue before anybody in the MCU. She had a statue before Robert Downey Jr., who just got one this past year for Oppenheimer.
Anthony Mackie didn't get one for Hurt Locker?
Huh?
Anthony Mackie didn't get one?
For what?
Wasn't he in this shit with Jeremy Renner? Hurt Locker?
Ooh, I don't know. We'd have to look that up. Yeah. I wonder if... I don't think he's crossed that stage.
Oh, I thought he did. For like the
he
movie
may have been nominated.
I thought the movie won as a whole. So I mean,
he's thrown in there. Yeah, do they get statues?
I think so.
If they're a part of it,
I would imagine so.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like music credits where like you know what I'm saying. If you're
the producer on a Grammy nominated song, you
get a statue. Yeah. So we'd have to look that up. That's something because Hurt Locker is a great movie.
Phenomenal movie.
It's a great movie.
Two MCU stars.
Look at that multiverse.
Jeremy Renner.
All that good
Anthony
shit.
Mackie.
So, yeah, not a lot of duds in there, bro. Not a lot of duds, yo. I may not be big on Captain Marvel.
That's probably the weakest one out of all. It's the weakest one out of all those. But out of all that those list, are hit.
Probably.
Most of those.
Bangers. Guardians 2.
All those except for Captain Marvel and Guardians 2 would probably be in most people's top 10 Marvel movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, you know what? We can get into that, yo. Let's get into our top fives, yo. What do you have as your you do your top five first. Doesn't have to be specific order. We're too old for that shit, yo. If you like it, I love it.
My top 5 Marvel movies. Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
The first Iron Man. The first Avengers.
Okay.
I've been debating on 5 all day.
You know what, yo? Give a 6 man because bro, when me, you, and Cruz were talking, it was kind of tough to narrow it down to just 5.
So we'll go.
Because 6 man rotate. That's why he's a 6 man.
You know what I'm putting in there? Deadpool 3. Deadpool and Wolverine is my 5.
Okay. I like it.
Black Panther 1 is number 6.
Okay. All right.
Just based on Michael B's performance alone.
Okay. All right. So my top 5, I already mentioned Doctor Strange being in there. I don't know what it is about the first Doctor Strange that I really...
It's a good movie.
It's a well-done movie, well-done origin story.
It's like Inception in the MCU.
It's like Inception in the MCU. I always loved it from the moment that it came out, but then, fast forward a few years, Swang gets into doing some trippy drugs, It's a fucking great movie to watch on shrooms, yo.
I thought he was going back to the tinfoil hat.
Nah, I wasn't gonna do tinfoil hat shit, yo. Fucking Doctor Strange is awesome. And just, for a movie that came out in 2016, that's another thing too, yeah. This could have been a fucking MCU battle at the beach, yo. Fucking 2024, I would have lit the MCU up for 2 hours, yo, if you guys let me. The fucking special effects got worse as time went on with this company.
It's definitely gotten worse because they've gotten cheap. They didn't want to pay nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
They started a streaming service. Money's got to go to that.
Money's got to go to that, yo. We are spreading ourselves too thin as a movie studio.
We couldn't have anybody at a theme park for like 2 years. We make a lot of money.
A lot
of the money comes from the theme park.
Yep. So I got Strange, first Doctor Strange in there. I definitely have Winter Soldier in there. I definitely have Civil War in there. It's fucked. I definitely have Guardians in there.
That's 4. That's 4.
That's 4. I think for me, 5th man has to be Infinity War. Definitely over Endgame.
Yeah.
And my 6th man. This is tough. Because for the longest time, I had Ant-Man as my 5th man. The first Ant-Man.
First one was really good.
Really loved the first Ant-Man. Good. I also really fuck with Black Panther 1.
It's a great movie. From start to finish, that is a phenomenal movie.
Off of the nostalgia, I think I got to give it to fucking Deadpool and Wolverine, bro, as my 6th man.
I respect it. No Iron Man 1, huh? The thing that started it all.
Yo, I just watched Iron Man 1 with my daughter the other day. She fucking loved it, yo.
That shit goes crazy.
it's, for a movie that came almost 20 years ago, it's still really good. It's contained.
He built a suit out of scraps.
Out of scraps. You know what I'm saying? Eliminate the Islamophobia from that movie. It's fucking great, yo. It's
different
great.
Time.
It's like, you know what? A lot of my list is contained. Because bro, I remember me and you going to go see Winter Soldier. We looked at each other. We're like, "Yo, this is Jason Bourne with a fucking superhero."
It's a great spy movie.
Yeah,
with superheroes.
Yeah, it's awesome. Bottom five. So you know what? I'll go.
You go.
Because I'm the hater. Black Panther 2 might be in a list where it doesn't have to be in order. Yeah, Black Panther 2 might be top one.
I mean, we're probably about to have the same five.
Black Panther 2 might be top one of the worst things that they've done. Because as a movie lover, as big as cinephiles as we are, you should have fucking recasted Chadwick, yo. It is what it is. You did it. You made your money. And has anyone gone to rewatch that movie? I dare you fuckers to lie at home. I dare you people watching this episode, the De Las, the fucking Pastos, the Bracy's.
Not by name.
The Doddses.
Not my name.
I dare, and there's more. There's more, y'all.
There is more.
I dare you to tell me that you fucking love Black Panther 2.
It's a bad movie.
Lie to me.
Bad movie.
Lie to me, yo. Black Panther 2.
We both got that.
Not good.
Yep.
Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is 1A and 1B, bro.
What does that say?
Yo, that's crazy.
We probably have the
that's crazy. List. That's crazy.
It's gonna be the exact same list.
Definitely number 2.
Yep.
Black Widow.
That's on there.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that, yo. Black Widow's bad.
Yep.
So you know what? I'll give a deep cut for being bad. Iron Man 3.
Oh, I left that one off.
And then Age of Ultron.
I left both of those off.
Word.
I fuck with Age of Ultron, man. Only because we get Scarlet Witch out of it.
She's
a big deal.
I just hate the fucking tap dancing around the mutant shit.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about it earlier today. If they would have made enhanced individuals or some shit. Yeah. We talked about it a little bit, or maybe it was just me and Cruz talking about it, where I was just saying how if they made Ultron a little bit less like Tony, because again,
no, it was me and you.
Hate to, I don't want to shit on by not knowing his name, but homie from Blacklist,
James Spader.
Okay, great actor,
great show.
He has great line delivery, great show. I know you and Pops fucking loved that show when it aired.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I think he would have just been better if they would have just made him a little bit more sinister and not so much like Tony Stark. But for the second Avengers movie, especially for what we got with Civil War, and in Infinity War and Endgame, it just missed. It missed. Great opening scene.
Yep.
Great opening scene.
It just didn't follow.
We get a really good Quicksilver. Really good Quicksilver. Yeah, shout out to Aaron Taylor Johnson. Your movie's gonna fucking suck when that comes out.
Kraven the Hunter.
That movie's gonna fucking suck. Give us a real Sinister Six, Sony. Stop fucking, you're giving us blue balls. They're giving us blue balls.
He's not wrong. They keep making these bad villain movies.
You know what happened? You know what happened
they keep
after
making these bad villain movies after Venom?
The first fucking Spider-Man, Michael Keaton was in Birdman that got nominated for shit. His fucking price went up. They're probably do they have plans on bringing Michael Keaton back?
He was in Morbius for like a hot second, I believe, even though it's in a different universe, so I don't know. Or I think they actually took that out. I don't know. I didn't watch Morbius. I know it was in the trailer when the trailer came out.
It might have been, I've only seen Morbius the one time. Might have been sprinkled in as like a mid-credit or end-credit situation because he's in prison and shit like that. I think Michael Keaton either pops up just a quick image, or he's just brought up in name as Vulture type of thing.
I just remember in the trailer he goes, "What's up, Doc?" or whatever to
Yeah.
Jared
So there
Leto.
might be there. I can't remember if there's a moment. Yeah. Whatever. The movie fucking wasn't that good. A lot of people don't really like Jared Leto. I like Jared Leto as an actor, but it's whatever.
Worst joke ever, but go on.
What's your bottom 5, sir?
I mean, my bottom 5 was pretty much the same.
Yep. Because you said we shared.
Black Panther 2, terrible.
Yep.
Don't got to go over it again. Bad name or depiction. Bad storyline with Shuri becoming Black Panther and
Yeah, terrible.
falling in love with
Terrible.
a creature that's been alive for like
Disingenuous.
100-something, 200, 300 years.
Not to cut you off. Disingenuous people at home. It's 3 cameras in here. Disingenuous. Disingenuous. Straight like that. Like,
Leaving me on the ledge here.
we're just gonna, yeah, Chadwick dies, unfortunately. So,
R.I.P. to the legend.
let's just throw his sister the suit.
I mean, she does get it in the comics. Eventually.
She gets it in the comics, which is fine, but in a fucking almost 3-hour movie, you don't see her in the suit until the final 30 to 45 minutes. Whack. Shit sucks. Should have brought back Michael B. Jordan. You fucking disingenuous show. You play with our nostalgia and our childhood, and you know Disney's been on my hot seat since the last fucking Star Wars movie that I walked out of the last 30 minutes of.
He did walk
you're
out of the
not
last
about
Star
to play
Wars
with my
movie.
fucking childhood like that.
He did walk
You're
out of
not
Star
about to
Wars.
play with my childhood like that.
He walked out of Star Wars when I was working at the movie theater, and I had to explain to my boss why he walked out.
I walked out. I literally
A full theater. He got up
I'm
and
sitting
said,
next
"Fuck
to
this, I'm gone."
Packed movie theater. We see
Sold out.
We see movies like this usually like day one type shit. Packed movie theater. Y'all know how it gets, yo. Me and him are sitting on the end. It's literally Katsky, me, and some dude that was solo. I look over to Katsky and I say, I know I'm going off on a Star Wars tangent, but
Disney's been
on my
his
shit list, yo.
Yeah.
I literally look at him. First off, when the scroll happens, I said, oh, the Emperor's back. They're just going to play with us like that, right? I said, all right, bet I know what this movie's about to be for the next 2.5 hours. I literally look at Katsky and I say, yo, are they trying to tease a love interest between Rey and Rilo? Nah, they're not about to do that. Fast forward an hour. I said, yo, bro, if they kiss, I'm walking out. What did they do? Not 30 seconds later, kiss on screen. No build up to them fucking being in any type of love or nothing like that. None of that. Got up, walked right the fuck out. This motherfucker's laughing. Dude next to us is cracking up. They both can't believe this bullshit. I pride them on staying. I literally sat out in the hallway and just twiddled.
Gotta finish the movie
on fucking Twitter, yo. I respect you seeing it through. I still do not know how that movie ends.
He still has not watched the last 30 minutes of Star Wars.
I still do not know how the last Star Wars movie fucking ended. Because you know what?
Spoiler alert. Somebody comes on. She's on Tatooine. Somebody walks by her and asks her name. She says her name is Rey Skywalker.
That's how it ends?
That is how it ends.
So I'm assuming,
and then you get a force,
wow.
and then you get a force ghost of Leia and Luke and Anakin.
The Leia that they should have killed off, but then they kill her off after they use the rest of her footage. Yo, Disney be on bullshit. Yo, what's the rest of your 5, dog? What's the rest of your fucking 5? This is crazy, yo.
My other ones, so Black Panther 2, Doctor Strange, you said it too, terrible movie, yep. Multiverse Madness, bad. Thor Love and Thunder, terrible.
Yep.
Black Widow, not good. And Ant-Man Quantumania.
Oh, Quantumania.
Ruined a great Jonathan Majors performance.
Well,
kind of, sort of.
You know, conspiracy tinfoil hat shit.
Oh, man.
They sent her to ruin his career. But, you know, whatever. Yeah. I have to, bro. We're about to...
We didn't really get into the RDJ shit either. But
I mean,
fine.
yo,
listen,
we
can do that another day.
Because you know what, yo?
We can do it another day.
No. We'll rehash it a little bit because, yo, through our conversations today, we ended up agreeing more than we disagreed.
Agreed.
Because, yo, where my disagreeing is...
You're pretty hot in the text about it.
I was hot in the... Cause you know what I'm saying? It's new. So I'm going to just gut reaction to everything.
Nah, fuck
this move. You know what I'm saying? But...
Exact quote, direct quote. Nah, fuck this shit.
Yeah. I just would have preferred... I understand being a fucking multi-billion-dollar business and having to pivot to the times, to whatever's going on. Yo, we're doing bad. We're losing money. I get it. Bring in the fucking soldiers. Bring in RDJ to fucking help revitalize this shit. Because, bro, They could have brought him back as a regular
variant,
Tony Stark.
They could have.
Because we don't know what exactly they're going to do. They could weave a couple Doom.
But again, what if he wanted... What if he read the two Doom storylines where it's Tony Stark as Doom? The one where, like, they switch bodies.
That's the one I think that they're going to mostly go after.
And then there's the other one.
Yeah.
What's to say
no one wants to see them fighting in Camelot, guys.
But what's...
Yeah, you fucking comic nerds. I see you fuckers sharing that shit. De La, Bracy, Pasto, De Niro. Damn. Oh, he was there the whole time.
Damn,
all of that shit.
Yeah,
I see y'all sharing that shit. Don't nobody want to see Doom and Iron Man fucking fight in Camelot, my nigga. Sword in the Stone and all that shit. Nobody want to see that. Go ahead.
It's a part of the comic lore.
Yes.
It has happened. Who's to say Robert Downey, in this downtime from him being away from Iron Man since he died in Endgame, right? Sacrificed himself. Who's to say he didn't go to them and be like, hey, I want to come back. How can we make this happen? And they were like, hey, have you ever read this Doom storyline? And then he goes and reads it and is like, oh, this is fly.
I fuck with this.
I feel like I can do something.
I'm with all of that.
Who's to say he didn't do that? He's Robert fucking Downey Jr.
I'm with all of that because... just like Wesley, just like fucking
coming off fucking Oscar,
just like Channing Tatum, and a slew of others that maybe they weren't the comic book fans before, because maybe Robert Downey Jr. wasn't really a comic book fan before Iron Man. They didn't think it was gonna work. That's why he only got paid a few $100,000 for the first movie that made $1 billion. But then he started to double up and triple up. And yeah, and each time he showed up, they were paying him more than some of the fucking main actors in their own movies.
Yes.
He for sure got more money than Tom Holland to show up in the first fucking Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, no shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm with all of that because over time, he is Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. and
he's always going to be
Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Sergeant Lincoln Osiris. Which is funny because we've seen all the jokes. Oh, he's gonna be in he's gonna play in fucking Black Panther 3. He's gonna be Black Panther because he played a black guy so well in Tropic Thunder. But I'm with all that because he takes on the role. He embraces the role. He fucking loves the role. And it's become a part of him. I'm with all that. Like I said, I let it. Every time I disagree with people online, I'm like, yo, Robert Downey Jr. is still a great fucking actor.
And that's why I think it's going to be dope.
You know what I'm saying? It has no choice but to be dope.
I mean, it's going to be dope. He's not coming back to do no bullshit.
It has no choice but to be dope.
Has no choice but to be dope.
They brought back the fucking Russos.
They did.
To handle this shit.
Yes, they did.
Because not only do the fucking actors get more expensive over time.
I mean, they walked away because they became too expensive for them to.
Yo, we can't pay you your fucking quote anymore.
Yeah.
Even if the movie made $3 billion, you motherfuckers are gonna want $1 billion.
Yeah, they could say they want to go do other shit. No,
yeah,
Disney couldn't pay them anymore.
We're fans of that fucking 21 Bridges movie that they did with Chadwick.
With Chadwick, R.I.P.
You know
great. That's a great movie.
Solid little action thriller.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no. What I hope, bro, is I am gonna try to end this on a high note. I'm not gonna completely shit on it. It's just I just feel like they can do more by just trusting other actors. Remember how fucking not upset but weary people were about Paul Rudd being Ant-Man.
Well, yeah, that's always gonna happen.
I was one of them.
You were one of them.
And it's in my fucking top 5, top 6, or was at one point. Fucking love the first Ant-Man.
Yeah, people just did the same thing with Robert Pattinson, man.
Bobby Bats, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, it's just trust the directors. If you have passionate directors like how the Russos were passionate, I'll even give Joss Whedon.
He cared.
But when you compare the Joss Whedon era to when the Russos, when Winter Soldier fucking hit the streets,
it's different.
The tone was completely different from every Marvel movie. It got a little more serious. And then entering James Gunn.
Yep.
Look what happens when you believe the vision.
Yeah.
Look what happens when you don't when you don't fucking step on the product, yo. Guardians 3. I cried.
I did too. We were both there. It was a great ending.
Disney, you did it. I know.
You did your big one. Cry in movies.
No, I do cry at movies. No.
I
do cry at movies.
I cry.
Cried at fucking Clerks 3.
I cry, you cry, we cry together.
You know what I'm saying? We cry together, yo. It is what it is, yo. But yo, I just think trust the directors, trust the actors, and trust the fucking fans, bro. Because without us, none of this shit is fucking possible. This motherfucker's crying right now, yo. This motherfucker got the giggles, yo. But yo, listen. Again, yo, I as cynical as I am of comic book IP, because it ain't just Marvel. I give the DC crowd shit, even though
we'll get to them soon.
Yeah, we'll get to that another day. I am hopeful. Deadpool and Wolverine made me hopeful, even though they pulled a fast one. It wasn't like a soft reboot or anything like that for the MCU. It was more so a middle finger to the MCU. But that's the Deadpool way. Like,
I don't know. Make dope movies.
Make dope movies. That's all we really want, yo.
That's it.
You know, peace, love, all of that, yo. You seen us, you heard us. We out of here.
What you see is what you get. It's what you get. Then what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get.